Come on, get in the truck. Let's go. Happy Friday again, folks. Today I've got a really special log here on the sawmill and I'm really excited about cutting it. I've been holding on to it for a very long time just until I got some really good blades or a better sawmill. It's very hard wood and it's very hard to cut with crappy blades, and I didn't want to screw it up, but today is the day. And there she is. If you know what kind of log this is, comment in the comments below and tell me before I tell you. This thing is pretty old. It's been on the ground for a while and I've waited and waited to cut this. I've been wanting to cut it forever and I just didn't have the blades that would cut it. And I was afraid I would screw it up, these blades or this sawmill, and really wanted something. I wanted to be more secure about cutting it before I cut it because I know it's gonna be rough. Do you know what it is yet? If you don't, I'll give you a hint. It makes food. It makes nuts. That's right, folks. This is a pecan log, or pecan, or pecan, or however you want to say it. All I know is it makes some beautiful lumber, and they always have some kind of surprise inside. You never know what you're gonna get. I'm hoping this one has spalted, because spalted pecan makes some beautiful lumber, some beautiful flooring, or whatever you use it for. And for the reason we have it on the mill today, I've got another surprise. We just received our Cook's super sharp sawmill blades. These things are gnarly. I'm about to do an unboxing on these blades and show you what I'm talking about. These are, I think they are 8 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and open these up and show you what we got here. But first I need some gloves. First of all, I wanna say this packaging is exceptional. I like how they stack them 2 blades at a time and face the teeth away from each other. That's really nice. So we got this little book, sales magazine. That's something most people don't do anymore. So these blades are the super sharp blades. They're black. That's different. I got to be the nicest packaged blades I've ever had. They usually come in that old box that's they're all folded inside. These are packed really nice. Look at that. 2 per layer. The teeth are facing away from each other. We're about to get one of these on the sawmill and see what we can cut with it. Can't even express how excited I am to try these out. Really curious how super sharp they are. And this pecan log is really dry, so that's gonna be another thing fighting against me. It is not green at all. Let's get this blade changed out. Okay, we gotta get a comparison between these blades and some of the old blades. All right, this is a fairly new Wood-Mizer blade. I don't know if you can see the teeth on here. Can you see the difference there? All right, I'm gonna start trimming some fat off this tree right here. At the moment, I can't even clamp it. I probably gotta get the chainsaw over here and cut some of these little knots off. First cut with the Cook sawmill blade. Robert at Cook's, I hope you're watching, because we're gonna be testing your blades, your super hard blades on this super hard pecan log. It's gonna be the ultimate test. I don't know if you could tell how easy that was going through that log. I'm about to pull this first cut off and we're gonna look at the log and see what we got here. That's our opening cut, top piece. We're gonna pull this top slab off and see what we got underneath here. And there is our opening cut. We got a little bit of spalting going on here. I don't think we're seeing the heart yet. Man, it is beautiful. I wish this camera would actually justify, but I know it doesn't. And look how clean that cut is. It's a very slight washboarding, but man, this thing is nice. Those blades cut super straight. There's no wave at all in this thing, and this wood is super hard. If you've ever cut a pecan before, you know what I'm talking about. But this thing cut through it like butter. Now this is not as dry as I thought it was. It does seem a little bit green, not here on the end. The end's definitely dried out because it's spalted, but the center seems like it's still a little green maybe. I don't know. We're gonna find out once we get down in this thing some though. We're still just on the edge of it. Now, we're gonna be cutting this into slabs. I think I'm gonna be cutting it 2.5 inches with one live edge. We're gonna see how well these blades will cut slabs out like that, because those are gonna be some super wide cuts. So far, I'm hooked on these blades. Now, these blades were not given to us. They are non-sponsored. We did buy these blades, so I'm not just filling you full of crap. I'm actually telling you from experience here how well these blades are cutting. And we've been on the search. We've used, I don't know how many different types and brands of blades. And we just got these super sharp blades. So we got a box of 10 of them. And we got a ton of poplar to cut here soon. Buddy's building a shop, and I think we're gonna need about 300 boards. We're doing 1 by 12 by 14s. So it's gonna be a lot of logs, a lot of trees, a lot of boards cut. So we got these blades just for that job, so we can have the best lumber we can out of it. And one way to test it out is definitely with a pecan log, because like I said, if you've ever cut one, you know how hard it is. I think just from the test result we did there, I think I'll continue to buy these type of blades. Well, it's surprisingly pretty clean inside. It's really clean wood, clean grain. I like to see this stuff right here though. This is really nice, but it is a pretty wood. It doesn't have as much spalting as I'd hoped it had, but it's got enough to give us some real nice character to it. I think cutting a bunch of 1-bys will be really nice out of this stuff. Some good flooring wood. But man, it's a nice log, and yes, it is very hard. It's a pretty wide cut too. And look how straight it is. My old blades would have been so bad cutting that, especially that wide. I mean, that's a good 15, 16 inches wide there. I'm not joking when I tell you these are some awesome blades. I'm gonna flip this over. I'm gonna get 3 sides flat and make some live edge slabs. And I'll see if we got enough to make a mantle out of it. I don't know if we will, but I'm gonna cut at least three live edge slabs out of it, and the rest I may do some 1x4s or 1x3s. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. I need more of these trees because it's hard to decide what to cut out of these things when you only have one sitting here. So I'm really thinking this is going to be our live edge side, since it's got the most character to it and the cool little knot. The other side's a little straighter. It's a little cleaner, I guess you'd say. Not a whole lot, but it is cleaner. I think the other side will be much better for the live edge side. Give us some cool character. I don't know, you tell me what you guys think. I love hearing your comments and opinions on these things. All right, there it is. This is why we love the pecan log. Pecan, whatever you call it. And it smells really good too. I had a question the other day by a viewer. I think his name was Steven Sandler, if I'm saying that right. He asked about, he said he noticed some of my cants that I cut that I don't use any clamps on. Wondering if I had any issues with those things slipping and moving. Well, here's the reason. On this log here, I'm not gonna clamp it. I just roll it over, push it against the backstops, and then I cut. The weight of this thing, you have no idea how heavy this is. I know the camera don't do justice for weight, but this is a very heavy log. The bottom is flat, and also the length. So I kind of gauge it by a few things. See where the backstops hit? Towards the end there. Now this thing, if this thing was about 6 foot longer, I'd put a clamp on it because I'd be afraid that it might spin on me or something. More than likely it wouldn't because of the weight of these things. But some of these heavier logs like this, you really don't have to worry about them moving. If they're flat on the bottom, if you got two sides cut like this one here, it's not going anywhere. So Mr. Steven, I hope that answers your question. And if why we don't clamp some of these. You guys like to play games? If you can tell me my most useful 3 tools that I use down here on and around the sawmill, if you get it right, I will send you a sticker free. One of these cool stickers right here. I will reveal the answer on the next video. Look at that slab, it's got all kind of color in it. Blues, reds, browns. Such a cool wood. The heart of this tree is surprisingly real clean. That's a hard toss-up between this and black walnut. I think this always has more character than black walnut. Tell me your opinion. You think this has more character than black walnut? Black walnut's nice, and it does have some nice character when you get into some knots, but it just doesn't have all the colors. I mean, it's got color, obviously, it's dark. And it has some pretty cool twists and knots in them, but this just has, I don't know. It's definitely a different wood. Wouldn't that be a cool fireplace mantle? Be a little big and heavy. I got to show you every cut on this log. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? We got down to the heart here, so getting into the real color now. No wavy boards, no roller coasters, just nice flat cuts. Let's get our last couple of cuts out of this stuff. All right, well, this is gonna be our last cut. I really don't want it to be my last cut, but it's gonna be the last cut. I'd almost want to flip this up and get some 1-bys out of it. but I've got some more lined up that I'm going to bring out here that I'm hoping is older and more spalted. I want to cut some flooring out of them. But man, that's beautiful. All right, let's get this last cut done. That is the last cut we're gonna do on this log, and look at that. Man, I just can't get over this stuff. Man, I wish I had some water to pour on here just to do kind of a grain reveal. I don't have any down here though. Look at that. Super nice. There's all our slabs. They all look nice. Those slabs look great, and I think I have found my forever blade. I don't think I'll be using anything else from now on, just because these things are so awesome. I do have a lot of poplar to cut, and we're going to find out how well it cuts on poplar and pine. And that'll be, I think this is a real test, cutting this pecan log, because like I said, this stuff is so hard, super hard, and it's rough on blades. And I know the blades I had would not do a good job on this stuff. That's why this thing's sitting on the ground for so long. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get those stacked and stickered so they can start drying. Don't forget, if you want a chance to win a free sticker, comment below and tell me what 3 tools are my favorite or the best used tools I have down here around the sawmill, and you'll win one of these. The winning answer will be announced in the next video. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next one.